Hello, everybody. Let me make sure that we are visible for everybody before we get started. Just wanted to hop in. I'm super excited and grateful that Andrea asked me to do this training on inventory, how I do my inventory and store my pieces. Makes it a little easier when I'm going live and selling and that I can find these pieces. So I'm going to share my ideas with you. Remember, everybody does do it separately, but my name is Sharon Hajima and I've been with the company almost 9 years. March will be 9 years, so I'm super excited about that. So let me just take a few minutes, make sure that we are visible. Hey, Andrea, that we are visible for everybody. And then I know we'll have a lot of replay shoppers. Okay. So let me see. I'm sure I can see myself in here. But anyway, give me a second when, let me know when it's all good to go. Okay, just now. There we go. I see. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. All right, so we're open to the public. I mean, in our private group. I hope y'all are enjoying this boot camp. I've watched all of Andrea's videos. I have not been able to do all the little sessions, but I will definitely catch up next week while I'm on the passport vacation and I have some free time. But I have been watching the videos and just getting so much inspiration. So, are we good to go? Are we good to go? Okay. Let's see. I'm not seeing comments, so let me swipe it. Sometimes when we would swipe the comments, it would come in and we'll see. Does that work still? Okay. Now I see it. Okay. I see comments. Yay. I always have a second device just in case. There we go. Yay. Yes, yes. Yep. Yep. Type in hashtag replay if you're watching this. I know a lot of you guys work during the day and you'll catch it later. And if you have any questions, you can always drop them in the replay too. We'll come back and answer them as it goes through too. Okay. So again, I'm going to start. Hopefully they fast forward to this part. My name is Sharon Hajima and 9 years, I'll be 9 years with the company in March. And hi, Daphne, welcome in. And Andrea asked me to come in and do a training on how I store my inventory. I started this system around somewhere around 2020. I started the Shopify store and I needed to have some kind of inventory management control over my pieces so that I knew exactly where they were. So some reasons why. Hi, everybody. Welcome in, y'all. So here Andrea was talking about clarity versus chaos too. So cluttered inventory creates confused decisions because we don't know where pieces are. We're like looking for things and, it kind of, to me, if I have to go hunt for something when I'm live, I feel the stress of like they're just waiting on me and I can't stand that part. Like I have to know exactly, if I can't find it real quick, then I come back and I'm like, I can't find it. And then I miss the sale and then I feel embarrassed because I couldn't find my inventory, right? So I'm sure that's probably happened to some of us and it does happen. It's human. But clear inventory creates confident decisions. When your inventory is organized, it creates confident decisions. Okay. Messy inventory equals mental overload. Now I know, before I created a system that works for me, it was mental overload because I had boxes of jewelry everywhere and I had no idea where anything was. And trying to find those pieces took time and we're touching the jewelry too many times. You're wasting, precious time that you could be live selling selling the jewelry instead of hunting for the thing. So I feel like when you don't have it organized and having to spend that extra 30 minutes looking for a piece or something that was claimed at an album, and you don't know where it's at or on your live show and all that. So, that was important to me to find that. So you can't sell what you can't find either. That was a good topic that I read today when I was preparing for this live. Inventory management keeps your inventory organized, professional, and profitable. Okay. So it's really important in our paparazzi business because it directly affects your profits, right? If you can't find the pieces, you can't sell them. Customers, it also affects your customer trust because if you don't know where your stuff is and how they're going to know if you're going to get that jewelry to them, if you can't even find it, if your background's a mess or they see, that you have all this cluttery stuff, they like somebody that's professional. Some of you do it as a hobby and some of you do it as a business. If you're definitely doing it as a business, you definitely need some way to keep it organized and so that you can move those pieces faster, right? and have that customer trust. And then on your live sales, it makes them go smoother if you know where the pieces are, especially if you need to quickly find your colored pieces so you can make sets or anything like that. So how I do my inventory, and hello everybody, thanks for hopping in. How I do in my inventory, when the box comes in from, we're gonna get up and do like a little tour in a minute. When the box comes in, we have our little packing slip. Hey girl, thank you for hopping in, y'all. I appreciate all your support. We check off the box to make sure the pieces that you order that you paid for is in that box. Every now and then you might have a discrepancy, but most of the time it's usually on point, right? So I check them in, and then I put them out on a table. I do have another room. It's kind of a hot mess right now in there too, because I'm packing for the trip next week, and so it's just been crazy. But I'll show you that too. So I have a table in there. We set up, when the box comes in, we open it up, check it off, and then I go to my Facebook and my TikTok where I post pre-claims, and I pull those pre-claims out. I don't bin as I go on live sales like you see some people with the bins behind them. I'm in a small room and I don't have room for those. I would absolutely love to have that, but I don't have the space. So I have to do what's good for me. And I write their names on the labels. They're little sticky labels. These are removable labels, so they can take it off if they want to. And I know exactly how many pieces. There's 20 stickers on a row, so I keep up with how many I've sold from here. So I just sticker the piece from pre-claims. I put their names on them for pre-claims, and then I go back and sort everything at the end of the day in their bins. Okay, they do have bins in there. And so anyway, so I check them off. I pull pre-claims. Let's see what else I do. All right, and then I put everything in Ziploc bags, okay? So I use Ziploc bags. Well, I got these. I don't recommend these. They're too tall, okay? Ziploc bags work great. We should have all had stock in Ziploc if we would have known, right? So I don't like the big bags. Again, they're too tall for me. I like the Ziplocs fit better in these plastic bins, okay? So I just keep them in like a bin, and they're numbered. And thank you. So anyway, they're numbered. So we just put them in any bag. So I have a whole drawer, and I've kind of been doing what Andrea said too, about trying to move the older pieces. So I've kind of cut my orders down for December. I didn't order as many, and now I'm like freaking out because I don't have as many boxes coming in this week as I normally do. But I have sold a ton of vintage this week, okay? And we keep, once we use that number, once that number is sold out, so this is my box of empty bags. So once this number is sold out, yeah, right, you can get the quart or the gallons. I get both. Yeah, I'll put the links to everything that I use in the group when I'm done, okay? But so we just reuse these. They go back in here once they're empty and sold out. So look at that, y'all. Now, some of the ones on the bottom don't have numbers on them, but there we go, okay? So that was my goal, and that's my goal for next week while I'm on vacation is I'm going to do a lot of short little videos of the pieces that are in here on display and try to move some vintage, right? While I'm gone. So anyway, I number the pieces. So when that bag sells out, so we grab this box right here with the empty bags. So we put those pieces in the empty bags, okay? And then they go like in a box. I show them for a whole week or whatever. Like if it comes in on Monday, we show them on Monday night. And then if it's new comes in on Tuesday, we show it on Tuesday night. And then we grab other stuff to go with it. Of course, that's not all we show is new. We just pull other pieces. But I start out usually with my new pieces, and then kind of, if I have something matching, I'll go ahead and pull it too. Sometimes I don't have time. Sometimes I just grab a bin. And this is another good reason. Sometimes if I'm busy and I don't have time to prepare, all I have to do is grab one of these and sit down. They don't know. They don't care where the jewelry's coming from. They're here just to shop and to be with you. So it doesn't matter. So that's another good selling point on this this part. So once it comes in, then we goes in the bag. I show it on the live show. I show it on a flash sale. I show it on a Friday night. We do a recap. Okay, so I've already showed it in pre-claims. Hey, Sandra. Sandra's one of my ladies. So I show it on pre-claims. Post them as soon as I order. Post pre-claims on Facebook and TikTok. And then we put it in the bags. I show them on the live sale, whatever day it comes in. I show it on a flash sale. And then Friday nights, I do a recap of all the new that came in. So if somebody missed a show on Tuesday night, then they can still see what's left, okay? So, yeah, so I do all that with my new pieces, okay? And then on Monday, I do have an assistant that comes on Monday, and she helps me do shipping. So we do shipping. She's usually done before I'm done printing out the labels. She checks everything off. We print out packing slips. She checks everything off, make sure it's all good. And then she takes the bag. What did I do with this one? 319. She takes the bags, okay, that we already have, and then she numbers the jewelry. So she puts a little sticker with the number on them. And then she goes into my Premier, okay, and she adds the item number, whatever bag this is. Mine is not color coded. I'll explain that a little bit more. So that number of that jewelry matches the number on the bag. Now, if you don't have your jewelry out on display, I still recommend numbering a piece and putting it back in the bag. That way, if you go to show it, the numbers on it, and you know exactly where the others are in case it got like away from it or whatever. But you can always find it if you have it in Premier. But we go to inventory, and we just literally, once you go to your inventory management on Premier, I highly recommend Premier for everybody. If you're not on Premier, tell me why, because I absolutely love Premier. I did Shopify for a couple years before Premier come out, and Premier is so much better than Shopify. I spent so much time adding inventory to Shopify that this is just a click of 2 buttons and I'm done. You know what I mean? It's so convenient. So as you can see right here, where it's hard for y'all to see, but right here it says item number 319. Okay, 319. So my piece of jewelry, this brown bracelet, is number 319. My Premier tells me where it's at, and I can go straight to that bag, and there's the other one that we have left. We have 2 left, okay? So does that make sense? Are we up to point? Does everybody understand that at this point? Let me see what questions we have at this. I just started to do that for my inventory at the beginning of December. Yes, Stacy, girl, you're gonna love it. Yeah, and that's practically free. Oh, yeah. Mine are numbered bags with the numbers on the back. Yeah, you can put the numbers on the back. Sometimes I did when we were switching between the $5 amount and the other ones. I wrote the number on the back so I could know that was a $5 piece or $8 piece that came in. So some of them I used the silver Sharpie and just wrote it on the back. You can do it any way you want, but as long as it's a system that works. I almost have the same system I use. Good. Yes, I learned this from another consultant years ago. And again, I recommend the shorter quart size Ziploc bags versus the tall because these are top heavy and they flip over. Oh yeah, the plastic tabs. No, I don't. I do. That is a tax write-off for me. So yeah, they're stuck on there. I just cut it off if I sell it. When I sell it, I usually just take my scissors and cut it off and stick it back in the bag. Nobody's fussed or anything. All right, so up to this point, let's see. Are you using Premier for the location versus the actual number of it? Oh, yes, definitely. The location. Let me give you a backstory and why I knew that this system was perfect for me. We had a lawnmower repair shop. Me and my husband for 15 years. We had parts that were popular. We didn't keep everything because there's tons of millions of parts for lawnmowers, different brands, all the things. So you can't keep everything. We kept what was popular. And we had, if you look at any warehouse, you look in the Amazon or any other place as well, you're going to see rows and rows of what we call bins or bin system, like shelving. All right, and then it's funny because you see a lot of people with these corrugated boxes. Well, we had tons of those. I threw them out. I could be using them now, but I didn't know at the time that I was going to be having an inventory system like that. But they were dirty from the dust anyway, from the lawnmower parts. But anyway, they're numbered, right? So you had row A, B, C, D, E, like that. And then, so row A, number 15 would be that part number. It tells you the location of that item. So that is if I went to go pick up golf cart parts, I could go in where the wheel call office is and I could see their warehouse. And there's nothing but rows and rows of shelving with bin system. Same concept, right? So it's a location system basically to tell you where that item is. So when you go to pick that piece, you know where it's at. Okay, so let me understand that you use numbers, and once sold, you reuse bags and numbers. Yep. The original packing is inside the bag. So, $3.19. I keep my jewelry out because I'm a visual person and I love to be able to see and pull the pieces. Now, I lived in a camper for 2 years and I couldn't do that. I kept it by color, and my walls are by color. So a lot of people are like, I keep it by color. That is totally fine. So my empty bag is in the bag. You got to be able, if you're using these barcodes to scan and invoice, which you should be, right? You should be. So the empty bag and the extra bracelet that I have is here in the same bag as number 319, okay? Once this sells out, yeah, y'all talk about spreadsheets. I know nothing about that. That is way over my head. I know several people that use spreadsheets, but I have no idea. And that's okay. Bless y'all for, I never learned Excel or spreadsheets because we were in a total different business. But anyway, you see what I mean? So once this last one sells out, then this bag is free to reuse that number again. You can tell this has been used and handled several times. I did find the reverse numbers, which is awesome because you can just show the bag to your customers. You don't have to have a number card if you don't want to. You don't have to use those. If you're showing out of your bins, then you can just show the bag with the reverse. So I found these last year, so we went through and renumbered everything. That is exactly how I have mine. Once it becomes a one and done, I put a sticker on it. Yes, I usually do, or I quit putting stickers on it. I literally just put a circle on it. I just put a circle on, a little dot, then I know. Yeah. And it doesn't always get done, but that way, but I tried to, I tried to put a sticker on it. So, or I was putting stickers, but I was trying to find a one and done. The ones we showed recently or not, of course. But I just take a pen. I found some pink pens. I love pink, y'all. I found some pink pens at Dollar Tree or Dollar General. And I just literally put a little dot and then I know. You know what I mean? So that way I know it is the last one. But always, I know our premier inventory will get off a little bit. Sometimes it happens to all of us. It's going to happen. So I just go in and adjust it. But I'll say, oh, we only have one. I'm so sorry. You know, they're fine. What do you do with the bag when it's done and one and done? When it's one and done, it's still in here. It still needs to be in here because you still need that barcode to invoice, right? So you still need that. And sometimes I'll go through here and pull the one and done bags and find them off the wall and just have a one and done show. You know, like there's a one and done, okay? There's one there, but I need that. I need this. Okay. So the other item is on the wall, but if you don't have it on the wall, then you just stick it in the bag. You know, it's one. It's okay to have one and dones. People freak out about having one and dones, but it also creates an urgency when you tell the customers when you're live, like, oh, I only have one left. Who's going to get it? You know? So yeah, pink stickers are one and done. Green are two. Yeah. As long as, see, that's a system for you. And I love that. That is a great system, but my brain can't function like that, like too many things. But yeah, you can do that. I moved too much inventory to go around putting stickers. I don't have that time to sticker them. I'm a pink girl too, and and pins. There you go. Your sticker on the jewelry bag matches the bag. Oh yes, 100%. So this item number is 319. Okay, on that little sticker, we write 319. You can put it on the front and the back if you don't want it on the front, no worries. And then 319, and the extra bags in here, plus the one that I have two of these, okay? Does that make sense? I know. When I saw these, I'm like, where have these been all my life? Trying to file these pieces back, though, when you're looking for the other number, and they're backwards to use. But it does have the little number right here in reverse. So a one and done show is easy to put together if you don't have time to prepare. It is, especially if you have them already in the bag. For me, they're on the wall, so I got to go get them. I do that when they come in. Everything has a place. Yes, everything has a place, and it's in its place 100%. Okay. Yeah, one and dones are fun. They're great for flash sales too. You know, if you're, then you can tell them, one and done flash sale. I tried to pull the original packaging and put it back in the bag and then pull all my one and dones together for a show. Yeah, you could do that. But if you have it numbered, you want to, it's just easy for me. It's less filing I have to do. I just file the bag instead of having to go back and find the bag and file the pieces. But whatever works for you is great. But we're just want to make sure that you have an inventory system so that you can find the pieces as you need them. Now, here's the thing. For me, I have a jewelry room, which is a small bedroom, and I do have the pieces on the wall. Let's go ahead and do our little tour, okay? I think I got the most everything. That's my routine. So once it's come in, on Monday, she numbers and puts the number in Premier, and then puts them. She comes and files these bags, okay? We put one on the wall, and then she files the bags. So that way we have a system. And that's pretty much everybody. Now, she's on vacation in Michigan for 2 weeks, so I have a lot of boxes sitting in the other room that needs to be numbered and put up. But we'll get it done. She'll come over and work a couple extra days. When I get back, she'll be back and all that. I'm going to post a link to everything that I have in the group here when I'm done. You'll be able to find it. Okay, so this is my jewelry room, so you can get an idea of how it looks. Like I said, I number everything, so everything has a number because it all has a place. If it's a one and done, the original packaging, here's a one and done, okay? The original packaging is in the bag number 1655, 1655. So when I sell that, I just go pull that bag off there. Okay, I'm gonna turn my flash off. I don't think I need it in here. There we go. All right, does that make sense? So I have my earrings, my gold. I sort by color on the walls. Again, a lot of people like to sort by color, which is great because if you're making sets, you need to be able to quickly find them. So you can do an inventory system where you do all number 100 is red, all number 200 is blue, 300s are green. But whatever you do that you need to do for you, have it somewhere that you know where to find it, okay? All right, so if you come in my room, here is my small room, okay, so you can see. I'm going to tell you about those in just a minute because I got that idea from somebody else. I took the cover off because it made it brighter in here. So I've got my earrings on one wall, my bracelets on another wall, and then all of my necklaces here. Now, I've been in the company almost 9 years, okay, so this is all my inventory. Right here in this room is my inventory. That's all I got. All right. So here is, I love the shiny curtains because sometimes I use them as a backdrop, but I just think it's pretty and it makes me feel good. So I got them, right? We can do things to make us feel good. And I just use, I use a little wrap bracelet actually to tie them back. So here is my back stock of pieces, okay? And it's an inventory system. All right, just like I tell you, I numbered the boxes so I know exactly where they are, okay? So I know, what is it, the library. Remember when the library had the cards and you could go look and find where they were? Same thing, okay? So again, there's another one and done. My original one is on the wall. But if you don't have a wall and you don't keep them in there, put it in here. Then you know it's a one and done, okay? So there we go. So that is my back stock hidden behind here, okay? The rings are a great ring tray. Let me show you what we do with our rings. So our rings, we have these little tags on them, and they get a number. And it doesn't matter to me. They don't have to be in number order like all the reds have to be 100. Because I'm going to look in Premiere and see. If I'm looking for purple, I can type in purple and filter it by purple, and I can find all my stuff in purple, right? So there's the tags that we put on all the rings. So you can see that. So that makes it, so the ring bags are the same. Everything is in here in a file system. Everything is in here, like literally. So it makes it so easy, okay? So I got this. I'm a shout out to Chelsea, because these are big and bulky, right? The headbands and the claw clips. And I was running out of space. And so I got these boxes. I saved these boxes and I put like my headbands and all my claw clips and my hair bows and just the different novelties items that we have. I put in those up there. So that way it made it and I had the space. I had the shelf. I'm like, why can't I just stick them up here? And that way if somebody says, can I see your headbands? I go straight to my headbands. You know, can I see your claw clips? Go from there. Now, I did buy a little display thing to put the headbands on right there so they see them in the background too, okay? And then, what else was I going to show y'all? So I used to have them on the pegboards on here laying straight on the wall, but I could actually fit more on the wall using these little, they're actually paper towel holders for pegboard. So I switched everything over to this. I struggled with using these, you know, like I was like, I don't want to send that with the drawer, but you know what? And some of them I have to staple them on if they're a little heavier. I just have to staple the card. But I struggled with, you know, using the tabs and having to spend the money with the tabs. But I'm so glad I did, because I can just do a flash sale and just slide them around, and it works great too. There's several ways to do it. Just find what works for you. Let me see. There was something else I was going to show you. Let me see. Let me go back and see if we have any questions. We'll flip it back around in a second. Okay. So what are those things that you put the piece, the paper towel holder? Okay. Let's see. They look like paperboard. It looks so much. Yeah. Oh, like this. You like the rose. And I did my earrings too. Okay. I did all of them. My bracelet, my earrings, everything. So I answered it. Okay. All I had to do, so I had to just convince myself that these tabs are tax write-off. That's when you asked me right off the bat about the plastic tabs. It's tax write-off, tax write-off. I'm like, it's something that I need for my business, right? So, and this is what makes me run smoother. Is it always perfect? No. Nothing is, but it does make me run a little smoother. So again, if I'm in a hurry and I didn't have time to, maybe I've been gone. Wednesdays I have my granddaughter, so I don't get home till late. Wednesdays I'll usually grab something. I'll either grab the rings and we'll do just rings. Last night I turned my camera around, my tripod around, and we did necklaces. I stood with the necklace wall and just pulled from that. And we emptied a bunch of bags last night. And I was like, oh, we did rings the other night too. And I was like, this is awesome. We're emptying bags. This is good. We love an empty bag, and we have a chicken we squeeze when we empty a bag. So then they love it. So, hey, whatever works, right? Whatever works. What questions do y'all have? The tabs are a little pricey. That's okay. My tax lady said I need tax write-offs, okay? So once you get selling a lot, you need things. It's a business expense, okay? Again, I'm coming from a business, having a business. There's business expenses. We had to pay the credit card fees. Like back in the day, now the government lets you pay charge your customer percentage or something like that. With like businesses, not necessarily us, because we get our I don't think we can do that with ours, but then we had to pay, we paid a ton, we still pay a ton in credit card charge fees. Like that's part of business. That is part of, you just got to accept it. If you're going to have a business, it's going to be like that. Okay. You're going to have things that cost. All right. So, as long as you still want to make a profit, of course, but, that's how I look at that kind of thing. Like it does at the end of the year, it is a tax write-off. And I do need some. This year was great. Okay. I have mine 1 through 99 and 4,054.99. So yeah. So earrings, necklaces, bracelets. See, that's perfect for you. That is perfect. To me, I don't have time to worry about that confuses my brain. It's not that I don't have time. It confuses my brain. I don't know why. I just put anything, like it's just there's no random, because I know I can pull it up and see. And because I have the walls too to separate stuff on. Oh, color coding. That's what I was going to say. So you can see my stuff is pretty much color coded. I don't have a lot of reds, reds. And this another thing that this does, helping me have it out, is it tells me I need to order more reds. This is all my oranges, right? I don't have a lot of orange and green. I always have a lot of blue and pink and purple, but and then I have my metal. So you can see what I have a lot of, where I need to buy more of. Which comes back into, inventory management, using your money wisely, ordering the things that you need versus the things that you want, and kind of same thing. And the same thing with the earrings. They're all color coded too. All right, we're going to go in this other room now. It's not as clean as I normally have it. I apologize because my assistant's been gone. All right, this is my bin system. Okay, so, you can print these out too. I don't have everybody's, but I was testing it out. But you can print it out and scan their bins if they're a regular customer. So my popular customers, that they always have one. But I just write their names on the little bins, and their pieces go in there and kind of go from there. Now, this is a mess. Normally it's not this messy. I just didn't have time to get it clean. But this is my table, so I have these to easy access so I can do my flash sales because I got to do some of those. And because I'm going to be on passport vacation, my first one. I'm so excited. So got my clothes packing here, getting ready. So this is where inventory comes in. We do shipping here, and then we have another table set up here, desk, with my printer and all that. And so we ship here, and of course we have our little bins just stacked here. So this is 2 rooms in my house that we do, and so yeah. Okay, did I cover everything? Did I make sense? Dollar Tree. I found them at Dollar Tree, but you can buy some on Amazon too. Okay, let me go back. All right, drop some questions if I missed anything, or again, this is what works for me. So as long as you find a system that works for you and that you have a location where you can find pieces. And of course, if you get website orders, you just have to, you'll have the number right there. Well, they don't print them on the Premier. One day they might. But you have to just look it up and see. If you look at if you print it out on a packing slip, it doesn't print it. But if you look at the order on Premier, it tells you where the location is. You just go get it. You don't have to search for it and all that, which is great. Let's see. I'll post all the things that I use. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So I need y'all to go and start working on there. And like Andrea said, everything doesn't have to be in Premiere to go live and sell to. So while you're doing this, don't let that stop you from taking your business, you know what I mean, and working your business and taking it to the next level, because you can scan as you go. So if you have boxes of jewelry and you just sit down and start showing that jewelry, you can scan it when you invoice. So if it's not in Premiere, it's not a problem. But as you have time, I challenge you to take and do maybe 1 bin a day or whatever you got. Set yourself a goal. I literally hand keyed all these. I could have transferred my Shopify inventory over to Premiere, but I didn't because I wanted an accurate count. So I took a whole weekend. I stayed up late at night for 2 nights. And the whole day, and scanned every one of these bins, every single one of these in here by hand in Premiere in 1 weekend. Okay, if you set your mind to do it, I have to have this done by this date, and I just turned on music and I came in here and I worked, and I just took the whole weekend and I did it. Hi, Cindy. So don't let yourself saying, "Oh, I can't get it done." Set yourself a small goal. If you can't do it all in 1 weekend, set yourself a small goal. Have all your supplies ready. And I had a box with everything in it, and I just sat in the floor and I just started scanning and scanned and scanned and scanned and counted and made sure. So when I put everything in, I had an accurate count. Let's see. You build as you learn. That's right, you do. And I tried several different ways, and this is what worked for me. And I've had this since 2020. Okay. My customers have trouble getting in my Premiere. What could I be doing wrong? Are you sending them the link? Yeah, I'll show you the customer bins again. Okay, so the best way to send your Premiere link, if you go to Premiere and then go to settings and you scroll down, there's a little blue link. You can hit that and copy that and then paste that to them. That should be a direct link to your Premiere store, for sure, okay? All of my inventory, which is a ton, is in Premiere. Yes, all of my inventory, even my hostess rewards are in there because I implemented a reward system so they can go pick out their pieces, but it's only out of those hostess rewards that they get to claim from, but they get to go shopping for free to claim their rewards. Okay, that's a whole different program, and I got that from somebody else. Her name was Pam. Let's see. I took a month last year to get all my inventory in Premiere last year to start. Yes. Didn't it feel great? Let me know. You did that. Okay. How did it make you feel? How did your year go? How did your business, did you see that you were doing better, more successful because you had a little bit of organization in there? I will put all the links to everything in here. Oh, where can you buy a scanner? Same place, Amazon, y'all. There's several different scanners. Hi, Nora. That's okay, honey. Thank you. You can watch the replay if y'all are hopping on. How do I print my Premiere receipts? Yay. I'm sure we're going to go over a lot of things. I don't know what all Andrea has planned for the detail training, but as you guys, I'll go back and look at the comments and the things that y'all need. We'll come back and we'll definitely make sure we touch on these at some point, okay? Oh my, good question. How did we hang the ring tray? So, they are, Ken, everybody has ideas. This is what's good for us to get together and communicate with each other and learn from each other, because I got this idea from another consultant. They're command picture hangers, okay? I'm going to attempt, I don't want to take one off with one hand. Normally, let me see if I can show you real quick. It's a command picture hanger. You can see right in there maybe. And they're like, it's like a Velcro, and it just pulls right off. So I can literally pull that ring tray off the wall and set it right here on my desk and show the rings that are on it, or I can do a flash sale with it. And yeah, I was like nervous about it holding all those rings because if it fell off, but it literally is so cool. Yeah. All right, we're going back to the bench. I'm gonna flip it around so you can see. Okay, there you can see. Maybe you can see a little bit. It's on the white wall, so it makes it a little hard, but it's right there. It's like Velcro right there. See that? Isn't that cool? So I have one on each end. One on each end. Okay. All right, let's go back in here to the. I didn't shut my bedroom door. I have to flip y'all around. Okay, here's my customer bins right here. So all that, and I got this idea from another lady a long time ago, and I was like, oh, I love that system. I would love to have the clear plastic bins behind me like you see everybody with, but you know, we don't have to be like everybody. We have to just be who we are. And I used to, like, before I got busy, I used to put them in color codes, like they would all be like it would be blue, gray, orange, pink, you know, but I don't have time for that now. Now they just get shoved in there. And then empty ones go there. So sometimes we fill them all three up. Sometimes it's been slower this week, so they're not as full. So there you go. Okay. So again, they are, these I got from Dollar Tree. I got both of them from Dollar Tree. So anyway, and I'll teach y'all how to, on there. Let's see. I'm having trouble with my card reader, but that's of course a train. Yeah, I don't use a card reader because I don't do very many vendor events. I was doing vendor events, but it's a lot of work. If you get a good one, that's good. I'm not saying don't do vendor events because I think they're great for advertising and getting out there with new customers. It's a lot of work for me, and I have to find somebody to go with me usually and all that. So, where did you buy the hanger? I'm going to put all the links to everything. So I don't know anything about a card reader. I do them. Yeah. I do at least one vendor event a year though. Okay. That's my goal, is at least one. What is the thing that's holding the name tags? It's just a bin, like, I don't know. I found them at Dollar Tree. Those are rolling shoe racks. Yes. Yes. Oh, there was, let's see. I wasn't sure. I was watching the right group. I was looking for Andrea, but you caught my attention. You are in Andrea's group. So yay, she'll be live later, I'm sure. You're welcome. Anybody have any more questions? I'll go back and scroll through the comments. If I missed your question, you can ask me or ask in the group too. We'll come back and answer those. But anyway, I hope it gives y'all some ideas. This is just what works for me. You can tweak it to fit you. Again, if you need them color coded by red, yellow, if you don't have them on the walls color coded, you can definitely do your numbers that way too. So just make it work for you. Okay. You might have to tweak it a little bit. All right, you guys, thank y'all so much. I'll get all the links together and post it here in the group if Andrea is okay with that, and the tabs and all the things. So you're welcome. Y'all are welcome. Thanks for watching. All right, well, y'all have a great day. Okay, we'll see y'all later. All right, bye, everybody.